Wait, why is it so dark in here? I can't see shit. Ow!
I told you we should have rolled half-elves again. Why are humans the only ones without dark vision? Oh, Chief? Chief, do we have house lights?
No.
Ow!
So I say to the judge, can I take the polygraph at home? And she says, this ain't traffic court, Busta.
It's weird when jokes are just punchlines.
I know. Good evening, and welcome to CBS News this evening. Welcome to Talks Machina. Please welcome esteemed guests, Marisha Ray and Liam O.
Oh.
Cheers.
Cheers, dears.
Clink. We're esteemed.
Sadly, the crew has lost their hands.
Thanks, Chris.
What people don't know about Geek and Sundry is it's much like in countries in the world where if you're caught stealing, lose a hand. And let's just say the cookie jar has been a little empty lately. Our announcements for tonight. First of all, Marisha, are you feeling better?
I am feeling better. I wouldn't say I'm 100%. Mm-hmm. I did cough so much that I think I blew out a rib.
I've done that before. I fractured a rib from coughing.
It's not hopeful for me. Might have to go to the doctor, but other than that, I'm great. Matt's sick, but I'm doing great now.
Yeah, that's how it works. That's the transfer of power.
Still got a little bit of this, but like it's, you know.
Yeah, we've all got a little bit of that.
We had a great VO session today. I did a little directing of Miss Ray, and
you directed Marisha Ray?
I did. I was.
Have you done? Have you directed her before?
I have.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have. Nothing like today though, because it was. Listen, we're gonna get to the bottom of this.
Did you sound like Harvey Firestein by the end of the session?
My character kind of sounds like Harvey Firestein, so it kind of worked.
Works out perfectly.
Yeah.
You just broke your NDA.
Oh, shit. Oh, man, time to find a new gig, girl.
I think I always sound like Harvey Firestein.
Oh, the monkey glands.
I'm so tired. Our announcements tonight, we should really start the show. March 7th, Vox Machina Origins. Number 5 is going to be released. Buy that. Anywhere you can get Vox Machina comics.
Yeah.
Dark Horse, iTunes, Comixology, Digitally. Also coming up, Emerald City Comic Con. You, that's right, I'm talking to you, can meet Laura and Travis Bailey.
Laura Bailey.
Yep. Pick up a physical copy of pick up a physical copy of Vox Machina Origins, issue number 1.
There it is.
Show it to us, gang.
Oh.
At the Dark Horse booth.
Oh.
Limited print run, gang. There's only going to be, for those of you complaining that we are touching this comic, this one is a test one that was sent to us. It's not one that's going to be, you get them dirty fingers. Yeah, get it. Just the tip Tuesdays.
It's got Lala Bailey on the back.
Oh my God, the ads. The ads.
Wednesday Club.
Yep.
Project Alpha. This side. This side. This side. This side. Don't look at the screen, Liam. Don't look at the screen.
You can pick the comic up at the Dark Horse booth, and it's going to be a limited print run. So pay someone to go get it for you if you can't make it, or wait outside and take theirs.
It's got all the covers inside. Look at that. Oh, so
cool. That's tight. The ECCCCCCC Critter Meetup is going to be. There's so many C's on this goddamn card. That's Emerald City Comic Con. Critter Meetup.
Connection.
Critter Connection.
Yeah.
Critter Comic Con Connection. The first will be on Thursday, March 1st at 7 p.m. for a live watch of the show. It's going to be fucking awesome. At the Raygun Lounge. Raygun Lounge. I always wanted to have a band called Ronnie and the Rayguns.
Oh,
like Ronald Reagan.
Oh.
The second
Political.
is going to be on March 3rd, also at the Raygun Lounge from 7 p.m. to midnight. So go on Thursday, watch Critical Role with a bunch of amazing critters that are going to be there at ECCCCCCC. And then on Saturday, go lounge from 7 to midnight, get crunk, get turned.
At the Emerald City Comic Con E.E. Cummings convention.
Oh, that's good.
You did it,
that's
fam.
Good.
You did it. Campaign 2, Episode 7 podcast is available this Thursday. Every podcast is available the Thursday after that episode is aired.
Yeah, it takes about a week.
Fantastic turnaround.
About
I know there's a lot of people who would love for us to be able to get those out on Monday when we get the YouTube out, but right now, limited
No.
resources.
Yeah, sorry.
We wanted to make a shout out to all the wonderful mods at Reddit, our Facebook group, Alpha, Twitch, for all of the awesome work they do. Send them some love if you know who they are. They're out there. Daspiff and Courtney and Christopher and all the beautiful mods. I don't know who mods the Facebook group, but I love you anyway. And then a personal plug, something that doesn't happen too often on this show because my entire life is under NDA.
Yeah.
Tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Pacific time, I will be hosting a stream with Sideshow Collectibles, unveiling a brand new, amazingly gorgeous statue that they're going to put out. No, it's not Sam. I wish it was of Sam's body.
Stop paying attention.
I don't know if I can say what, it's a comic book character. I don't know if I can say which one it is.
Punisher.
No, I wish. They already gave, that one's already out. They gave me that one though, because
right,
yeah. So, but they asked if I would come host the thing. I'm like, what, was Rob Schneider not available? What are you calling me? Nobody knows who I am, but they said like, you know, I
That's awesome.
passed the preliminary background check.
Back up from Schneider, maybe.
Not if you ask Schneider. What? Oh.
What's up?
Oh, the pack.
I'm getting
The pack.
signals.
I think your scarf was messing with the microphone.
No, I don't know
Yeah.
how these things work. I've resisted the technology.
No, that's fine. It was your love.
Yeah.
This is quality
Am I good?
content.
I mean, I'm
you
not
guys.
good, but can you hear me?
We're gonna just swap it out in a minute.
Liam's
Swap
shirt.
it out.
Liam has a beautiful
Hey, man.
Stay Turned shirt on.
Yeah.
That you guys, it's available in the Geek and Sundry store if you guys want to buy it. Members of Project Alpha get 100% off or something like that. So go there and buy it. So, Marisha, how is Matt feeling about? Do you think he'll be able to make it this week? There's a lot of
do.
concerned fans.
I do.
Okay.
Yeah. He had to bow out of his VO session today, but that's only because hacking and coughing and sounding nasally does not bode well. You're talking into a microphone, but he's like much better. So yeah, I think he'll be good. But he might be a little bit like me, stiffly. Stiffly?
Syphilis-y?
Oh no.
Ooh, just a tiny bit syphilis-y.
Oh, don't.
Just a touch.
Just the tip, syphilis. The great, like, Steve Bloom is somebody who, if he's sick, he can still record voiceover because his voice is just always trashed. He always sounds like that. Yeah. Well, without.
Into it.
Yeah. You could totally do that. You could be like, have that Melissa Etheridge vibe going on.
Yeah, sure. Does that work for you?
Young people know who she is.
Yeah.
Can we hear Liam now? What a shame. Without further ado, let us discuss episode 7 of Critical Role Campaign 2. Hush. As always, we like to start the show's discussion with some stats from our friends at Crit Roll Stats. Follow them at Crit Roll Stats. Bo has rolled the most natural 20s this campaign.
How many?
13.
Ooh!
1 in episode 1, and then 2 in each subsequent session.
That's kind of awesome.
Awesome.
Just kind of doing everything right.
Kari's opening roll was the first time a guest player's first roll on the series was a natural 1. Kit Buss is the first and only guest so far to start off with a natural 20. How about that? By the way,
They're like They're yin and yang. They're total opposite ends of the spectrum.
They are.
Foes.
We have foes.
Diametrically opposed.
We must
Yeah.
have them fight this campaign. Kit Bus has a real vicious side in there somewhere. I just know
It's
it.
all vicious.
It's all
the
a,
exterior,
it's all a
the
ruse, isn't it?
interior. Yeah.
How great was my beloved friend Kahari Peaton coming on Critical Role? He's the best. We did reach out to him, guys, to see if he could come on the show tonight, but he wanted to spend some time with his kids before he has to leave to start shooting. And I was like, kids.
He's a busy guy.
But he's so busy.
Yeah.
But we loved. I mean, he was amazing on the show.
man.
We knew he would be a natural. I mean, a lot of us have I've directed him, we've acted
Yeah.
with him, and he is just
Yeah.
like an engine of love and funny. So
Yes, I mean, he's so positive. That was the first. That was the most time that I'd spent with him. I'd kind of only met him in passing, but like, oh man, he's so captivating.
Did it shock you how well he was able to just like, boom, be in there with you guys and be confident and kind of calling shots in some ways? And
well, I think the way the visit happened was like something like a year ago. I was out. We grabbed a beer, and he was commenting on this show and saying like, "It's crazy. The show is out of nowhere. It's amazing." And we were talking about D&D, and he said, "You know, I'm just about to start DMing for my little girls."
Oh.
And I just in the back of my head went bing, and we knew that we wanted to get him in eventually. And
then
he's
he
just
had
so
to go
good.
get cast on The Walking Dead.
Yeah, TV
Yeah.
shows are the worst.
Oh, I know.
But he's a natural. I sat in a studio with him as he played Grimlock for the Transformers for the last
Yes.
couple of years, and he's just a ball of energy. He's
Yeah.
so good.
During the filming of Blind Spot season 1, when I was out there in New York, he came out to do press for a Lego Batman thing, and we went and hung out, and it was just, you feel so uplifted with him, but he's also so funny, and he's just like, it's rare in this business to meet somebody that no matter when you kind of end up spending time with them, whether it's in a work setting or outside of it, when they are really just the same person, you know, you strike gold. And with
Yeah.
him,
Yeah.
So genuine.
yeah.
Plus, pretty easy on the eyes and ears.
Not
man.
too shabby. My sound bar was vibrating at some points, you know, it was crazy. I went and sat on top
He's
of
got
it.
that Freddie Mercury effect. He's got, you know, like several resonances going on at once.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, Mercury.
Man. Okay, one more stat. We just had to gush on Kari a little bit. Not a ton of questions about his character tonight, so I wanted to give you guys a chance to react to his being a guest. There have been 18 references to Judas Priest's breaking the law this campaign. 18 references already. Now, this is the stat that's going to blow your motherfucking mind.
Bring it.
13 of them happened in this last episode. Out of the 18 so far.
Yeah, we really need to wean ourselves off of it.
Yeah. I was texting with Andrew from Crit Roll Sats last night when he said that he had sent me that, and I said, we need to keep track every month of the YouTube views for Judas Priest video because people are going to be keep going because when everybody's asking about it, so then the critters will tweet or put on Reddit or whatever they're referencing this kind of a thing. Because
Could you imagine, like, the average middle-aged metalhead being like, what are all these fucking YouTube comments saying regular Noel about?
I know the whole
fuck is
YouTube
that?
video is gonna be regular Noel comments now. Oh man. Oh boy. You're gonna have some.
No! What are you talking about?
This.
Play regular Noel.
Have you listened to it since we made that joke? I put it on my
Yeah.
playlist.
Yeah.
It's so funny. I can't hear it
Yeah.
any
it's-
other way now.
It's gonna be a thing. Methinks that and 9 are gonna stick around for a little bit, at least at the beginning.
Well, 9 is part of the numerical system. It's not going anywhere.
You've got, can I? I've been
got
looking at
beard
it this
fuzz.
whole time. Okay,
What
I got
happens
it. I
when
got
you're
it.
short, when your beard is that short, is that it gets caught on any fuzzy thing.
It's a Velcro.
Yeah.
Brian and our beards touched, and I got some of his beard.
Yeah.
Is that
I didn't
that
even
shake that I
charge him
felt?
for it. It was.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. My socks got wet. Okay, let's ask some questions about this episode.
Oh no.
I'm getting FaceTimed from the cat petting executives upstairs telling me to hurry up. Marisha, our first question comes from Arkham Architecture.
Oh.
Ooh, I wonder if it's the
nice.
people responsible for all that beautiful architecture in Arkham. It's a real place. Was it at all tempting to call in sick and make Liam spend an hour and a half alone with Brian? Now, Marisha wouldn't know this, but should Liam and I spend an hour and a half together, let's say that both of us would come out on the long end of that transaction.
Seen Lady and the Tramp with the spaghetti?
Yes.
Yeah, we worked that out with facial hair.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I think I was more concerned about either one of you bailing on me as payback.
I thought about
That was
it.
mine, yeah.
I thought about it. I text Danny and said we should just have Marisha host the whole
just
show
me.
tonight. Show up and hand her the stack of cards. Yeah.
Or if it was just us, I mean, I guess we talk about like K-play
Yeah.
and
K-pop?
Yeah.
what else? Mexican
You've seen,
food.
yeah. You've seen the new Black
The
Panther.
new Black. They made another one
They
already.
made another one.
Goodness
Yeah,
gracious, the
I'm
turnaround
already.
on those
That's how
Marvel
excited
movies.
I am for the future ones. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about some real shit.
Yeah.
Morgan Churchill has a question. Big fan of your grandfather's. Liam, what made you decide to have Caleb use components instead of a focus to cast his spells? Do you think that you will continue to give detailed descriptions of your preparations as the story progresses? And can we see Caleb perform more magic, or is it more flavor as you establish his character? That question was long. I forgot.
It was. They gave the answer by the end of the question.
Well, you're welcome.
Yeah. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun to play make-believe and pretend like these things are real and around us.
Yeah.
And it's less fun to say, here's my Apple remote and go bloop and cast the spell. I'd rather
Here's some incense.
do,
and some
yeah.
stuff.
mhm.
Yeah, that is kind of more,
It's fun.
for the imagination, it's a little bit more
But
creative.
we won't get to, he's right, or she's right, or they're right. We will not get to episode 90 and have me say, I take the ball and I spin it and then I pick it,
Yeah.
I'll establish. I'll bring it in once in a while.
That would be fun if, as the show goes on, your descriptions get so long that Matt's like, okay, dude, we don't even need a hot air balloon for this spell. Why are you making one from scratch?
And the wyvern scoops you up
Yeah.
and he's gone.
Natural No One says, so guys, how was it rolling with Kari, freaking Peyton? We talked about that a little bit.
Yeah.
That dice, by the way, I had D&D the night before this last episode of Critical Role, and Will Friedel was there, and he was like, so I have this die from Will Wheaton that he's like used or whatever, and he's like, I'm gonna give it to Kari to destroy. He told me about the whole thing. I'm like, did you bring that with you tonight? Because you should not let Mary know that you let that dice into your house.
Oh no.
Yeah.
The
It
house
curses
is like
things.
Will Wheaton isn't even allowed around anywhere here anymore because of that.
Yeah, I think
Too
he's
much dice lying around.
You know how they're like, don't put your credit cards next to magnet things.
Yes.
It could demagnet. He's
Right.
kind of like
It's
that.
kind of like that with dice.
Yeah, you can't even like trust him with other people's dice. 'Cause
Yeah.
He
And then after they
Poisons
brought
it.
that die in here that night, the whole place was surrounded like the home in E.T. There was just like inflated puffy
Yep.
tent around it, tubes leading in and out.
Biohazard suits.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
If you guys didn't get a chance to see it, go to the Geek and Sundry Twitter page to watch the video of Kari destroying that awesome dice.
It's on Facebook and Instagram,
It's on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you, Chris.
along with photographic evidence of the smash die.
Along with photographic evidence. You guys found all the pieces of it?
Yes, but that was stolen from my desk over the weekend. The pieces are missing.
The pieces? Who stole it from your dad? Like, are you serious?
One.
Someone stole it from.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Staged like the moon landing.
Maybe it was Will Wheaton that stole it. Marisha.
Yeah.
Question. One of my favorites. Question for you from @Kyle with an N, which we decided is Nile. Did you expect? I love you. Did you expect those ball bearings to come back and bite you in the butt during that stealth check?
yeah.
You did?
Yeah, kind of. Well, I mean, when I was dumping them, I think I mentioned something about like, I hope this doesn't come back to haunt us, any of us. I hope
Especially
it
not
wouldn't.
me personally.
Right.
Yeah.
But at this point, I'm kind of like, yeah, it's fine. And it worked out fine.
Yeah,
it did
it
good.
did.
It's fun
It
to
was
set
helpful.
ourselves up for failure.
Yeah.
It's part of the fun of the show.
Yeah, we can't avoid it, actually.
Nah, why would you? Why would you?
Yeah, you embrace the failure. Then it looks like a success.
Is that our next? Is that our
much
next
to
shirt?
embrace.
Critical Role.
Embrace the failure.
I like it. Liam, question from Big Sexy Alpha Male.
Yeah.
Oh, a question from Sam. What spells are you enjoying adding to your personal flavor / style the most? What spells do you look forward to casting the most?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot that's on the checklist, the bucket list for spells for me. One that I would be happy to mention wanting because it bears no real impact on story. I would really want to get my hands on the mansion.
Yes.
Yeah. I want Caleb's mansion.
What level can we get those at?
I don't know. I don't know how magic works.
That's like a later level one. I think that was like a 6th or 5th level spell.
First.
You get a hut first?
Yeah, you do get a hut.
I don't want the hut.
We just leveled up to
That's
6
Cute.
or 5 or something.
It'd be like a yurt or a Winnebago or.
Dude, a yurt would be
Vardo.
great.
Oh, yeah.
Vardo would
Yeah.
be dope.
Or just a blanket fort.
Yeah.
An impenetrable blanket fort.
It wouldn't really take care of a lot of protection, but it would be
useless.
But
It'd be
can you imagine all of you in a
cute.
blanket fort with Jester reading like a nighttime
We'd be
story to you?
Immune to fear.
Yes.
All right.
The ground is lava. Yep.
Truth or dare, you guys.
Truth or dare. Yeah, spin the some of you are married. Sarah Fedor has a question for both of you.
Okay.
Are you going to check for pits in every map from now on?
You know, that was a great lesson for Travis and I.
Oh, yeah, we couldn't see it through
Yeah.
them. Yeah, we got to
That-
stand up
it was
and
a-
look.
Or like walk around the map a little.
Yeah, it was like that moment in the beginning of the film Labyrinth where she's running down that endless hallway and then she just walks through and can see the perspective change. Like
Yes.
it was just under the lip of the wall on our
Just like
side.
that much.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just enough to screw you.
Yeah, it was, once again, it is fine.
Yep.
This is fine.
Fine.
This is fine.
This is fine.
Because you didn't fall in a hole, just as your character did.
Yeah.
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 Oh, is that? No, it's not what I read on Reddit.
We haven't linked our actual health to our character's health
Oh.
yet.
Yeah, yet.
Are we waiting to hear back from the Illuminati on that?
Waiting for the upload.
Waiting for the upload.
Sam again, once again.
Yeah, Sam holding you up with the Illuminati. Why am I not surprised? Marisha, this question comes from Fefrid73. What was going through your head before you found out you survived that Sparta kick?
I hope this isn't it.
Yeah.
Although it would have been,
Eesh.
I would have felt a little warm and fuzzy inside knowing that both characters back to back died from falling.
Yeah. Kinship.
We're practically goldfish.
Practically goldfish, yeah.
Yep.
We are practically goldfish at this
You're
point.
about the squishiness of goldfish
Yeah.
without the buoyancy.
Yeah, there was definitely a second, because honestly, what I was kind of less concerned about the fall damage, and my thought was what's potentially at the bottom of this pit. Because if video games have taught me anything, it's definitely spikes.
Yes.
There's always spikes at the bottom of pits.
Yes. Or if you get halfway down the pit like in Uncharted and then it just goes gray and that awful music
And-
plays.
right, and that's
That
it.
Awful horn
Fall
music.
Fall through the game map.
Fall through the game map.
And
yeah.
just Bo is just doing this.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Stuck in the
I
little
ju-
thing
I
in the
glitched,
clouds.
Yeah, it's like E.T., like the first level of the E.T. game.
Oh, two ET references in one episode.
That's true.
We might get sued. Let's move on quickly and give away some free shit.
Free shit.
Our first giveaway tonight is going to be for all of you who send in wonderful, magical, beautiful, hilarious gifts. It's time for Gift of the Week. Our winner for episode 7 of the new campaign was sent in by Jordan McCoy, aka at JMacDub50. Let's take a look.
What?
This is the D&D Beyond theme song.
Oh, shit.
Wand. Oh man, I love when they cut to the drum hands. That's the best. This might be a bigger hit than any of Sam's previous terrible jingles.
It might be one of his best advertisements.
Well, it was an original.
It was a completely
wasn't a
original.
parody.
It wasn't like he was doing a Britney cover
Right.
or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, congrats to you, Jordan, on that awesome gift. You have won this.
That's a shirt.
Enter the Meat Man.
Oh, nice.
T-shirt with the tour dates on the back. Thank you, Selena.
Thematic.
And isn't that the art is so good, man? And you're gonna win tarot cards signed by the cast of Critical Role. Signed by the next cast of Critical Role, not the current cast.
Did they relieve us of our duty?
A little bit of an exclusive there. Moving on, my friends.
Look at that.
Do you know what my shirt is? Can anybody guess what the shirt is? I'll give you a hint.
Good.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
That's cool.
That's what you get for sleeping with the star. Twice a year. Okay, Liam, question for you.
Yes.
From Chris Gatelin.
Yes.
Concerning Not. It's going to be the name of a great book after this campaign is over. Concerning Not, because you know we haven't even scratched the surface of what's happening with her. Concerning Not, does Caleb intend on trying to teach Not human morals, or does he accept that she just sees things differently?
Oh. I don't think Caleb is interested in teaching human morals. I think that the reason they're together is because they're two pieces of garbage floating around in the world like plastic bags. There's a reason why they're together. There's a reason why a human would even be with a goblin. I think I've seen people say like, oh, people seem to be under the impression that they were in like max security prison together.
Oh, okay.
They were in the pokey together. And it just worked.
Now, pokey means something different where I come from, so explain to me the context.
I kind of wanted to have both meanings.
Okay, good.
It's just like a podunk town jail. It wasn't a major thing, but it's where they met, and that's it. I mean, like they both have no place to go, and they're both like, I'm just repeating myself. They're just pieces of shit, really. So like he doesn't feel like he has morals to impress upon her, and I get that vibe in the opposite direction. Does he have any? Does he have a, not a code, but what are his morals? I mean, it's obvious that he doesn't have any because of the way that we've already seen him sort of interact with the group and care in some ways. And I know morals are different from empathy or something else, but you don't risk your life or get into dangerous situations based on just empathy. Usually it's because of a strong held belief that you have. Does he have any tentpole morals or beliefs?
Are you asking for Caleb?
Yeah.
I'm asking about Caleb.
For Caleb.
Yeah. Who cares about Not? Sam's not on the show. Oh my God.
And he's not watching, so his
not
feelings won't be
watching.
hurt.
No. He's at 24-hour fitness right now in a hot pink set of tights. Lifting those weights that are like.
Come on. You want me to focus on this question?
Sorry.
Can't put those pictures in my head.
No, I apologize. I shouldn't have said tight.
He has things that he sticks to, but I wouldn't. Moral code is
It's fluid.
Yeah.
His moral code is fluid.
Yeah. Survival is good.
Yeah.
Getting by is good.
Yeah.
Breathing. And also, like again, not wanting to give away the whole store, but like being friends, like we're figuring out what these relationships are still, even Caleb and Not, because again, it was like a couple of weeks before the campaign, we were like, okay, we each thought of these elaborate things. Want to link them up? Okay. So the time that the audience has known the characters, that's how much time we've known the characters, and we're like, it's a surprise to me how much Caleb cares about her safety, and it's great.
Yeah.
It's great. I like being surprised.
Does caring, I'm sorry, I'm going off the script here a little bit, not the script.
Sure.
I write the scripts. But does he care more about Not's safety than perhaps his own right now? Would he be more concerned with, because he just seems like.
That's too hard to answer right now.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
All right. Well, it was that good of a question, so it's a testament to my hosting skills. Boats 911, you guys.
Boats!
I've been waiting for a question from Boats 911. This is for both of you. It seems like the dynamic of you trying to pick up Sam's character has continued into campaign 2 with Not. Have you ever picked up the real Sam Riegel, and how did it turn out?
Literally picking up Sam Riegel?
The real Sam Riegel. People don't know that he's
drinks that he's left behind.
Well,
I
we
picked
all
him up
have.
in New York City. Never let go.
Oh yeah. He's taller than a lot of people think watching the show.
Yeah.
So he's not like a
he's not a
super
tiny guy.
large
No,
person.
he's second
just
to
like,
Travis.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's second tallest to Travis. Yeah.
Inch taller than me.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I can look up in
The
his
fact
eyes.
that you knew that.
Look, there
impressive.
isn't an inch on either of their bodies that they don't know about each other.
That's it.
I know that for a fact because of trivia night.
I know because I look up into his eyes, Marisha.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah.
But Marisha looks down into his because he has to be on his knees to address her. It's how things go around Geek and Sundry.
Only in
Bend the
this
knee,
building. Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay, Glad Winner Jay wants to know, for another question for both of you. Do you regret taking a short rest, indirectly leading to more deaths, or was it worth it as the fight was so close?
It was worth it.
It was worth it, yeah.
It was
Yeah.
worth it,
You have to look out for number one first.
Yeah, we wouldn't be able to save anybody if we're fucking dead.
That's right. Morals when you're dead is worthless.
There's a German guy on the Bachelor Winter Games, which just ended, and every time he talked, I was like, oh man, this guy's such a douchey looking version of Caleb.
Not just Caleb.
He sounded exactly like that. He sounded exactly like that, but he was bleached hair and all kinds of garbage.
We'll get there.
Did you both answer that? I was drinking, I didn't pay attention.
Yes,
no
we
regrets.
did. No
regrets.
Hashtag no regrets.
Yeah.
So Nosden wants to know, Marisha, is Bo surprised by her own fighting ability, and has she just been flying by the seat of her pant the whole time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. She's always kind of had a natural skill, and I was deliberately playing her in those very first few episodes as more of a reckless fighter.
Yeah.
Because if this is going to be the long game, no one's gonna start as fucking Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
You know. So that's why I was kind of describing her as like wild haymakers, and you know, I think she kind of has those core basics that she can rely on.
Yeah.
That I think she was, you know, she kind of grew up a scrapper. She wasn't afraid to get in a bar fight. So that's kind of where like I started her, but then she can take those natural instincts and already being there, that's easy to build upon.
Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of trying to show a progression.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think she's because I think I was a little surprised the first time I successfully caught that Marisha was surprised when I succeeded in catching the arrow out of the air. And I think just Bo as a person, just like the first time you do like a cool trick, you're gonna be like,
Yeah.
did you not fucking did it? Whether it's like a trick basketball shot or fucking anything.
whatever.
Anything. You're gonna be like,
curling,
oh shit!
Yeah.
I just did.
Now I have questions about her fighting, but I feel like I should ask them in the game, not here, because there's no reason why he should know.
Oh, that's a good point.
Well,
Then ask him in the game.
What?
Has she trained? That's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, no,
like, you can't
that's
answer
for the
that, right?
game. You can't answer that here.
You know that, but you know that I came from the Cobalt
Oh, yeah.
Reserve or the Cobalt Soul monks, where she had basic training.
Okay.
I'd say you know that much,
Okay.
but you don't know past that.
Okay.
Ooh, none of us do.
Yeah.
Let's do a one-on-one. Should we kick Liam out? And then you can tell me everything.
Thanks for coming by.
Liam, thank you so much for... while we're in the early stages of the campaign, one of the things that I really like is before we get into the super sort of emotional kind of RP stuff where you guys there's a lot more at stake. I like the fails at the beginning so much because the fails later are just like, I'm gonna pull all my hair out, you know,
Right.
like
That was a seventh level
like
spell.
75 through 115 of Critical Role is just like, no, but the beginning, it's fun to watch.
Yeah, to be dumb fucks.
What I like about this first few episodes of the new campaign is it's like the first few weeks of American Idol. How they bring in all of the, you know, like Sam's definitely the William Hung of the group. Okay, this is for Liam, the actor most known for playing Vex in the previous campaign.
Liam Hemsworth, you mean?
Devin Nicholas wants to know, who smells the worst, Caleb or Vax in the Raven Queen armor?
Ooh, good question.
Yes.
Well.
That's fun.
Maybe, and the Vax armor was my own doing, my own creation. I would say that before the year break, probably Vax smelled weirder because the armor was in the crypt on a dead guy's body for a long time. But then during the year break, I constructed a pine box and filled it with lavender, and the armor smelled great.
That's a
And I didn't
genius
wear it
idea.
constantly. I hung it out in the wind and Zephyra.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah, you got to get the musky attic smell out of it.
It was fine. Fly it around a lot, just blows that smell off.
Yeah.
So I would say early Vax Armor worse, and later smells worse, and later Vax Armor smelled way better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Caleb later. Earlier Vax, later Caleb.
There's no later Caleb, only Zool.
I had a Zool. Was that the thing that Microsoft put out instead of the iPod? Question for both of you from Placeholder Fan. Well, thanks for being there as a placeholder until the real fan shows up. What do Caleb and Bo think about each other's more mysterious aspects? Caleb's episode this season, Bo's late night disappearance. What do you guys think about that for each other?
Bo has her ideas. Bo has her deductions because Bo has Percy syndrome. She thinks she's the smartest person in the room right now.
Oh, interesting.
Bo don't know Jack because Bo can't rap.
Oh, tight.
So shout out to early 90s folk.
Yep.
I think. Is that right? I kind of remember that
I'm
from
gonna
history.
say early 90s.
Yeah, okay. I don't think Caleb is not dying to know much about any of you fuckers.
Yeah, you haven't been inquisitive.
No.
I've been wanting to talk to you, but it hasn't been a good time or place yet.
Oh, that's
I
a
have
shame.
a few.
I don't think he cares.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah,
does
that's
that
a
mean?
shame. That's a shame.
I don't like playing Dungeons and Dragons with you. I thought I'd wait 5 years to let you know.
Yeah.
The conspiracy theories are true.
Oh man, finally vindication for the dark corners of Reddit.
Yeah, exactly. You finally get me off the show.
Yes. This is going to be so weird when I have to go to their house for Christmas after
I'm
this.
gonna start a D&D romance with the final goal of kicking you out.
Yeah.
I don't think that Caleb, her disappearing for a night, he barely knows her. So it's just like, I don't know, maybe she went prowling or, you
Right.
know, or just got into a bar fight, or he was barely paying attention to that exchange in the morning. And
Right.
She
the
was
less
in an alley
questions
practicing
you
her
ask, the less
nunchucks.
questions you'll be asked. I feel like. Don't poke other people's badgers.
Yeah.
Unless you want to get your badger
Kind of
poked.
true. That's a good point.
My badger got poked. My honey badger.
For the show.
Yeah. Liam Las Vegas.
That was fun.
Still confusing.
Liam was like so confusing. The whole episode, he's like, God damn you, Brian. Yeah. If Matt DM's the next one, my character's name's going to be Matt. Let's give away some more free shit, shall we? Our next giveaway is for you fans that create and send in incredible art from moments during Critical Role. It's time for Fan Art of the Week.
Flirt!
This week's fan art winner was sent in by Michael Jagger. Jaeger? Jagger? Jaeger.
Yeah, Edgar.
Jager. AKA at Gears to Gnomes. Let's take a look.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
That's pretty epic. That one snuck in at the last minute and stole our hearts.
Look how long that beard drops.
Some of the Shikasta art is amazing.
Oh, man.
Yeah. How did none of you in that entire episode say to any of his questions, yes, but it's gonna Shikasta ya?
Oh, that's a good one.
It's a Foster level one.
You know what pun that he did do that
That none of us got in the moment.
none of us got in the moment was the
You quoted the Ting Tings.
yes.
Oh,
her name is
yes.
Stacy, or they call her Stacy, but that's not her name.
Yes, that's right.
And I was like, oh, damn it!
Yep.
I should not have missed that.
I think we were also overwhelmed by the initial tidal wave of awesomeness just radiating off of Kari that we couldn't pick up any pop culture references. We were like,
Yeah.
Kind
voice,
of accurate.
voice, voice.
Yeah, it was something else. We're gonna thanks to everyone who submitted. Congrats to you, Michael Jagger Jaeger. You have won this
Jaeger.
Cherry Adventures Arsenal from our friends at Wormwood Gaming. Let me undo the jock strap Machina and show you what's inside. First of all, you got your rolling tray with your little leather and your
You
wormwood.
cool ones, I want one.
And then
So sexy.
this part is always a gamble. There we go. You've got a little spot for your mini. You have a little eraser, a pencil that's also made of wormwood. the wood that's made out of worms. You have these beautiful dice, which roll actually really well. I was messing with them earlier just to see if I liked it, and I do, and the dice are really great.
Oh, yeah, they're nice. Super nice.
Yeah, so nice. So
You're
we will
lucky.
be sending this out to you, Jägermeister, very, very soon.
Jägermeister, Meister, Jäger.
We also have another fan art winner this week for something really special, the Vox Machina and Exandrian musical. Show the album cover, Le Chiffre. You can check it out on YouTube. We're gonna send up links too in a sec at youtube.com/the Cantata Pansophical. Our thanks to the writers, performers, artists, musicians of the Cantata Philosophical for creating this labor of love. You have won the exact same thing. The Cherry Adventure Arsenal from our friends at Wormwood. Now, when they emailed us the final thing and they said, if there is a prize, they weren't asking for a prize, but if there is one and it qualifies as fan art of the week, give this to our producer. He did the most work, Will, and then he'll pick someone to give it to. Will, keep this for yourself, man.
Yeah,
that thing is
dude.
kick-ass. We want you to have this. We'll have any of the remaining living cast members sign it, and probably maybe somebody might deliver it to them at the party that they're having tonight. So if you're at that party, maybe you might get to see
How much have you listened to it?
The whole thing twice.
the whole thing.
Oh my
The whole
God.
thing on repeat.
Matt and I cried so much.
On repeat. So
good.
that was actually a question that Tetrahedrals wrote in. What was your reaction after listening to the Vox Machina Hamilton fan project? Mine was just the amount of work.
Yeah.
The amount of
The
work.
dedication, the amount of work, and the creativity.
The clever writing.
The clever writing, yeah, the
And
production.
And I think it hit harder than I anticipated it because Hamilton is
Oh, Hamilton is
such a
just
big
like,
deal for us.
Yeah, it's like
for
a
all of
railroad
us.
spike right to our heart.
Yes. So it was like Hamilton on top of
The story
our
that we-
art inspiring their art, which just inspires us.
Yep.
Like it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
You took two things that we love dearly, which is the story that we've told together, and fucking Hamilton, which we've been obsessed with for so long, and wrap them together. So,
Yep.
man.
We can probably get Lin-Manuel Miranda on the show at some point.
What on Talks?
Fuck no, dude. Corey Payton made up a story. I'm his friend, and he made up a story about hanging out with the kids to get out of coming to this. The only person that would literally show up to Talks every week, there's only one person I can think of, and you guys don't have to be nice and say that you would, because I know you wouldn't.
No.
The only person that would show up to Talks every week is Joe Manganiello. He would be here every week if I would let him. Dude, let me come on, talk about the new, what I think about the new. I'm like, no! You're gonna eat all the food. Our next question is for Marisha, the actress best known for playing Why Is She Doing That in the last campaign. This comes from... This comes from Lemuraben. Bo has been very very honey badger about most things so far. What made her decide to risk her life to get Not out safely?
Honey Badger don't give a shit.
Honey badger don't care, yeah.
What made me get Not out?
To risk your life to get Not out.
I don't think Bo saw it as risking her life.
You thought it was just let's all get out of here?
Bo has teenage arrogance. I'm gonna live forever.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I don't like
Invincible, thinking she's invincible?
invincible. I think Bo is kind of driven by cockiness at this point, and I think she knew she could close the gap. I knew she could close the gap. I got movement speed of 40, and I got this step of the wind. So I think she just thought she was the one who could do it. And at that point, it was, oh, we're all gonna die. We gotta go.
Yeah.
So
You're like, I know Sam has no backup character, so I
Yeah.
better...
and
This is a honey badger.
he's a badass. I think we'll learn later why Bo cares and what Bo cares, and I think Bo is still learning that she can care.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, I understand. A question for both of you from Marvelous Miss C. Did either of you consider the possibility of killing the baby manticore? Is there any way you would have handled that situation differently?
I kind of lightly threw out, like, I know someone we could sell it to,
Yeah.
like a black market situation. But I also, I don't know. I think I was kind of concentrated on just getting in and out and not dying.
I think Caleb thought if they could kill everything in the room, they should probably do that.
Yeah.
But if things with South run, but if
Yeah.
they could kill everything in the room, including the baby,
Yeah.
Not was not alone, just threats.
I've seen a lot of
Threats.
really.
I got some good gold selling that baby manticore.
Yeah.
And what about a baby manicore pelt?
Yeah. Baby manticore turns
It's
into
tiny.
a big manticore.
Make a hat.
I've seen some discussions around the community since the new campaign started, and I poked my head into some of the healthier, safe ones.
Yeah.
And I know that a D&D game wouldn't be a fun experience if everyone played good people and everyone made good decisions and did the right thing and was always the hero. Everyone wants to go on an adventure, and so D&D provides an adventure.
Right.
The facets of which are determined and subsequently interjected by the imaginations of the people that are playing it and the dungeon master who's creating it.
fun
This
roll of the
campaign,
dice.
say again?
And that fun old roll of the dice.
And that roll the dice.
Yeah.
This campaign, although Vox Machina were not great people, some of the decisions you guys are making, it seems like tonally, this campaign is going to be a lot different. And I know that I've written the next like 4 or 5 scripts, but we're not ahead
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah.
Thank you for
That's
that.
only so much.
I'm waiting to
railroad
get
track.
my invoice.
Yeah, well, I'll get notes back to you probably Thursday.
Yeah, please do. And make sure to highlight them in pink because I
Totally.
can't see yellow. But you know what I mean? Tonally, this has a completely different setting. I know a lot of that probably comes from the fact that you guys, minus Sam, have gotten a lot better at D&D since you started, and have even gotten closer, even though we were all pretty close when this whole thing started, you know, like the stream meening started because there had been the home game, we all hung out and stuff, but like, this tonally, it's a lot different. How do you feel? Like,
It definitely is. To kind of counter your point, I agree that I don't think, you don't want an entirely group of perfectly good, perfectly moral people because that's not interesting.
Yeah.
But I think conversely, you also don't want a group that's
completely
total
evil.
Yeah, completely evil, complete
Or just
shitheads.
not give a shit.
Right, because then nothing will get accomplished.
Yeah.
So there does have to be a little bit of a give and take and a little bit of that almost like meta game element of knowing that like we want to be a team.
Yeah. Do you feel like Pike is, I know I'm biased,
Yeah.
but do you feel like Pike was a good example of someone who could be sort of a light and be positive and sort of, try and hold things together while still having this other side that was like, yo, that's a monster?
Yeah, like Pike was kind of a good middle ground. I feel like you were going to say something.
No, I prefer that. I prefer flawed characters. I mean, like I thought of Vax as very like selfless and heroic, but also like really flawed and short-sighted and dumb often. But like that's, again, if everyone was like good and making the optimal decision, like, I don't know, it would just be predictable. So I like people that have like good qualities and bad qualities just so you can see them. It's like throwing 7 people into a merry-go-round or something and watching them like ram into each other and seeing, how it ends up.
Well, it's hard too to even say like good and bad qualities because especially in terms of D&D, I think it's just like qualities, and it almost depends on the situation in which they're going to be beneficial and not. Because like where I think, what I think people misunderstood with Keyleth a lot and how I played her is that, for example, where I just said Bo is kind of acting on cockiness and strategy right now, and because she's competitive and has that drive. Keyleth was always acting on pure emotion, and I think that was good, and she was kind of the empathetic heart in a way of the group. But in battle, if you get emotional, that's when you also get reckless.
Yes.
You know, and there was a lot of like RP going into that. You know, that, yeah, and I think overall, tonally, I think Vox Machina acted emotionally a lot more.
Yeah.
So far, and we might eventually see that out of this group, but we don't have that yet. That connection.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we're also, like, we spent so long with those other characters, and now it feels like everybody, I don't know anybody's story, right, except my own.
Yeah.
But it feels like we all kind of want to mess with the system a little bit more and come at it from a sideways approach just to see what happens.
Yeah. I think, and especially when we kind of had already set the tone with Vox Machina of being, you know, a little bit more reckless, you know, a little bit more emotional, I think we can kind of, we don't have to immediately go off of that with this right now. We can kind of take it a little as we go and kind of set the tone with the pace. Does any of this make sense?
It makes perfect sense.
Okay.
I was just soaking in what you were saying and also drinking a lot. But the thing that fascinates me about stories is when the human heart is in conflict with itself.
Yeah.
Because no matter what the overlying scenario of that is, there isn't anyone in the world that can't relate to that feeling, right? And so whether it's on a TV show, whether it's in a D&D game or whatever, and you guys are RPing these characters, like, especially with Vax and with Keyleth, there were a lot of moments, we're not spoiling anything for those people out there that complain,
Right.
but
Spoilers.
there were
Okay.
many times where your hearts were in conflict with itself and you had to choose yourself over someone else or choose someone else over yourself in that moment. That's the shit that really excites me. And as you guys end up getting closer in the game, those stakes go higher. We saw that at the end, spoilers, with Vax and with Scanlan, and the way that your guys' relationship ended up, as far as how that played out, the way that we all hope our real life relationships would have that level of loyalty and love and sacrifice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that at these beginning stages, it's so fun to see all of this development and knowing that we are and are going to get so attached that those moments of conflict internally within you are going to be, you know, it's interesting because it's new people with new templates.
Yeah.
Caleb cares about a lot of the different things than Vax does.
Yeah.
Bo is so different from Keyleth in so many ways. And it's interesting to see those conflicts are going to be different, you know?
Yeah, the first couple episodes, I'm starting to settle in now personally, but like the first few episodes, it was very much like,
Yeah.
Right.
how do I feel about you now? I don't know you. How do I feel about you? You're not my sister. How do I?
Yeah.
Also, I'll just throw this out. This wasn't your question at all, but the not Caleb relationship was a last-second decision, and it has complicated the fuck out of what I've got going on. It's just added a whole other layer that I didn't anticipate or plan
Do
to
you
predict.
like that, or is it a little bit irritating?
Yeah, because it makes no. Like, I can't speak for everybody's games. I know some people like to kill monsters, explore dungeon, get loot, right? And that's totally valid. And I play video games like that. I can't remember the name of the game on the Vita for weeks that was just that.
Yeah.
Just explore, kill shit, get loot.
Yeah.
You had a Vita?
I do too. I still have one.
Whoa.
They did not support it, but I have one.
They did not do anything with that
No.
product, but I have it too.
But that's not our game. Our game is not about, we can make dumb decisions. You can make a suboptimal decision in a battle. You can forget who Larkin is. There are objectively dumb things you can do. But that's not, our game is not about the wise, the smart, the highest HP, any of that. We're a bunch of fucking actors and we just sort of bonking heads with each other and seeing shit blow up. And even when our characters, Taliesin once said to me in the past, he's like, I'm never going to be mad at you for anything you do on graph paper. It's just stepping into the ring and dancing and seeing what happens.
Yeah.
That's why we do it.
And I think coming at it from actors, we have that fascination with people and with psychology.
Yeah.
So I think
and conflict and problems.
conflict. Yeah, I think that's where we get our kicks, is putting people in ridiculous situations and seeing what happens.
It's why when Scanlan left, that episode is so fucking fascinating, because we were all a mess, and we're like trying to rejigger our thinking and understand what was going on. That doesn't happen if everybody is neutral good and all on the same path. That comes from everybody having their own shit to deal with and slamming into each other.
Yeah.
Because that's people in real life.
Yeah, it is. That's how, yeah, exactly right. We're running out of time, but I know we sidebarred
That was
there.
a big one, but
I
that
like
was important.
That. It was important. That's why we're gonna save any of these questions that aren't specific to this episode, and we'll cycle them up for the next time you guys are on. But I have one here about Molly that I want to ask you, Marisha, by Cuddlefish333. Despite, do that again. Thank you. Despite Bo's initial dislike for Molly, your characters often take similar actions and appear to work well together. Do you feel Bo's attitude towards Molly is changing?
I don't think she knows that yet.
Yeah.
I think what Bo didn't initially like in Molly, which once again I think works with people a lot, is what she doesn't necessarily like in herself. It's hard to bullshit a bullshitter.
Yeah.
And she was like, "You're a fucking bullshitter."
Yeah.
And so I think there was that kind of like threatened vibe, but also that can also be developed into mutual respect. Once again, as people will do.
In real life,
I mean, I think everyone has at least one friend where you go, "When I first met you, I fucking hated you."
I'm that for everyone. I can't count on one hand the number of. Oh yeah, we did get hit up.
We kicked it off really. But maybe that's just more about us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're the degenerates.
We're the degenerates. But
It's true.
It's true. We all know I made a bad first impression on Liam.
You know that. You say that. That's the story you tell.
Travis and Laura.
wait, is this a real story? Is this a thing?
Yeah, I was kind of douchey the first day that he met me, but I was in bad company.
You're also like 17, right?
I was like 25.
Okay.
How old am I now? 35?
I don't know.
I was like 25. Travis and Laura, I met in a car. That was weird.
That is weird.
Should tell how I met
Should
everyone.
never pick up hitchhikers.
Oh man.
Never ever.
I met in a car.
And now he's been in our lives ever since.
Now I've been, what do they say on Twitter? That I'm riding the coattails of this for what it's going to do to my own career. Because when you're writing a television show, they really want to know about the little talk show you host about a D&D game. Yeah, that part on my resume is what got me the gig.
It's a little generalizing, but you know.
Okay, before we go.
Is that really it? Oh my God.
Well, we started a little bit. Max, are you okay over there, Selena? Can we see what's going on? Why did they park this thing right next to you? I feel like you don't have enough space to work, and it's also a bit of a safety hazard.
You do have the genie right next
There's a giant genie right next to his thing. Oh, I guess so you could lay on it. He said, bring me something to lay on. They said, this is the tallest thing in the building. This is the only thing we could use. Oh, man. Okay, well, let me do one more.
Yeah.
This is the one I wanted to ask you, Liam.
Yeah.
This is from Cyberwolf1201. Were you expecting Matt to bring up Caleb's post-traumatic stress during the fight? Or were you expecting hints to be given out this early in the campaign?
Answer. You never answer shit.
Were you expecting Matt to bring up Caleb's post-traumatic stress during the fight? That's not a spoiler. It seemed like maybe it took you by surprise.
I will say that Talison's talked about this before as well. That one of the amazing things, one of the things that Matt is so good at, is taking. You give him your idea or your bare bones story, and he takes it and he makes it his own and surprises you with it. So while things that happened in the last episode were not a total surprise to me, they were also a surprise to me.
I feel like he has no mercy right now. No one's backstories or secrets are safe from Matt Mercer at this moment.
He's definitely being a lot more strategic than he was last campaign as far as the backstories go. But also, it's kind of fucked because the first half of the whole thing was off camera. And
It was off we were already established. And people were asking like why we didn't do the like little vignette
So you could
backstory
enjoy
things.
this shit right
Yeah,
here.
it's because there was nothing to tell. Like we only did those so that we could catch you up on the last
Yeah.
2
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
We don't have that now.
Yeah.
So yeah, nothing is safe.
What we do have is Critical Recap every Thursday night during Mothership.
Oh my gosh.
And then what happens after Mothership?
I can't talk about that yet.
God damn it. Danny can't talk
Even
about
Danny
it yet.
can't answer questions.
Can you let us know if it's going to continue after Mothership?
No, I can't tell you.
Well, using my celebrity and endless wealth and influence over the legendary digital network, I make a plea to you, the cat petting executives, to continue Critical Recap because
It's so good.
Danny's the fucking shit.
Yes. Yeah.
That's all the time we have for tonight. We have to answer some questions off of an iPad now.
Yeah. iPad questions.
Stick around for Talks Machina After Dark on the website and the app Alpha, where we answer questions from the Alpha chat. I would like
Alpha.
Watch Alpha. I would like to hashtag thank my guest, courtesy this week of @case_D20. Fall in pit no way.
Okay.
Save not she dying. And I'm your host, supplying laughs for you monsters.
Oh,
Hey, that's pretty good.
I love that. That's
Are
cute.
you talking about my family?
That could be like an epitaph.
It could be hey.
You're gonna live forever.
I am. Do you know why? Scientology. Critical Role Campaign 2, Episode 8 airs this week. 2 days from now. It's almost Turns Day.
That's not right.
Yeah. Until then, what?
I'm sorry. How are your thetan levels right now?
My thetan levels, well, I just got them vacuumed. I just got my thetans vacuumed.
Feels so good once you're clear.
Feels so good. I did not expect the incense to smell like burnt pubes.
Right.
Listen, guys.
You just can't question it. You just have to go with it. Trust.
Yep. Oh, well, I'm just not going to open Twitter for 24 hours.
Mad love to the Church of Scientology.
Mad love to no one over there. Until then, don't forget to love each other.
Oh dear.
Yeah. that was right after that.
Well, and don't worry, it's almost Thursday. Stay clear, my friends. Good evening. Liam just hit me with the one that, got me in
Repeat
the...
it back.
I didn't.
He got you.
We weren't on yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we weren't on yet. I saw the fade in as I whispered it. It got me in the good place.
Good.
Tuesday nights on CBS.
Good show.
Good show.
We take questions from the Alpha Chat in Talks Machina After Dark, which is an extra little show we do, originally to fulfill an obligation that none of us had, and now we do it because it's actually kind of fun. And we like the questions that come from the Alpha
The lines
Chat.
blur. It's hard to say.
Blurred Lines, Liam's favorite song. That's gonna be on Caleb's
my life.
Spotify playlist. Blurred Lines by Robin Thicke. Cyberwolf is here for a question with Liam. You mentioned the potential of homebrew spells in an earlier talks.
Yeah.
As Caleb gets more and more familiar with magic, what sorts of spells can you see him experimenting with / trying to invent?
Cast werewolf on self. Werewolf armor. Magic werewolf. Werewolf mansion.
Shrimp stew, shrimp pasta,
Shrimp
scampi.
Scampi.
Yeah, I can't. I regrettably cannot talk about what I would homebrew. That was the question, right?
Was the question.
Yeah, sorry, man.
Do you guys have any favorite, what's your favorite of this is from My Preferred Stories, don't we all? Do you have a favorite Vox Machina / Hamilton track from the new album?
Oh. Hang on, let me think about this. I mean, I'm biased to Burn
Burn is great.
because
I would say Burn is my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say too.
Burn is great.
It's so good, and then someone
Don't
I
cut
saw,
to me when I'm biting my fingernails, Chief. Good God, this wonderful, articulate person is answering a question, and he cuts to me when I'm going.
It's humanizing. It's good.
I don't need to be any more humanized than I am. That's why I grew this beard.
It's tough because I don't know what, like, I don't know, did they change all the titles or they did change? Some. I
Yeah.
know the ones that they're based off of. I love the Dear Theodosia song turned to Kaylee. I love.
Animus, the Percy song.
Yes.
Yep.
The guy who does Percy.
He's doing a pretty good
Yes.
impression.
Oh,
Fantastic.
I liked
Probably the closest impression in the bunch.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Quiet in Town. Hurts.
Oh God.
And then I love the song. That's probably my favorite. But I also really love the one that's based on Room Where It Happens. That's great too.
Yeah.
Kind of like anytime Raishan opens her mouth. Like
Yeah, Raishan's great too.
the
She
singing
may be
plus
my
the
favorite.
effect they're using
Yes.
for her just comes together really, really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Do you guys, well, let's go here. Marisha from Valanin, self-reflection on the what the fuck moment from not working out so fortuitously. Is Bo still questioning that choice?
Running in and getting Bo?
Yeah. Self-reflection on the what the fuck moment from not working out so fortuitously. Meaning, since the not thing worked out so well,
worked
are you
out
still
well.
questioning that choice?
Oh.
Did we talk about that in the beginning of the show? I've drank a lot since we started
Yeah,
the
we
show. I don't remember the beginning
Barrel
of
is
it.
empty now.
Barrel is empty.
Yeah, I mean, Matt and I actually went through the whole. Matt and I will do that sometimes after a game. This is after dark, so I'm gonna ramble for a second.
Fine.
Where we'll kind of like lay out the events of the battle and be like, holy shit, this moment was clutch to this moment, which saved the whole game. And almost all fights kind of fucking end up like that.
Yeah.
To this moment, to that moment. Can we get 6 tacos, please? To that
That moment, to that moment, yeah. And the Mountain Dew Freeze, please. Thank you.
Yeah.
In that moment, yeah, because Sam doing that probably saved Travis from going down because he would have had a full round of attacks while paralyzed, which, all have advantage. And then, so Sam saved Travis. I saved Sam because even though by taking him away, he got the attack of opportunity, he had 1 hit point left. Sam was sitting on 1 hit point. So had Bo not taken Not away, all 3 round of attacks on
Yes.
Not. And once Not would have gone down after that first one, you like lose that death saving throw. Once you get hit, that's 2 more death saving throws that like Not would have been done.
Yeah.
Jester didn't have the speed to get to Not in order to heal her. So Bo got, even though Not went unconscious, Bo got her within range of Jester.
Yeah.
But then Jester went down, but Ford saved on his wisdom save.
Yep.
So he went to get Jester up so Jester could get Bo up, and then, or no, Jester could get Not up, and then it was all good.
You remember the episode better than I do. Goodness gracious. It was several days ago. man.
Marisha remembers everything.
Anyway, but so shit that like seems like it might have been like a bad idea when you kind of start looking at the whole picture. We do okay.
Yeah.
We do great.
We do great.
Come out even.
Yeah, it's fine.
Best choices.
Best choice.
So fucking great.
This is from Marisha, but I want both of you guys to answer. From Scoil Squirrel, what are your best note-taking tips for new D&D players?
Yeah.
So like in my home game, we don't have cameras or anything, thank God, because as sort of off-color as some things on Critical Role can get, you guys have no idea.
Oh.
We are
Yeah.
not safe for work.
Sure.
We're not safe for people.
I think we do. I think we probably dial things back a hair coming onto the show.
Yeah.
Not much, but
But I take notes. I write what happens every episode. That way I write, because I'm going to take notes anyway, so I'm like, I'll just kind of summarize what's going on.
Yeah.
And then the next week,
You can kind of.
our DM has me recap for everybody what happened, because it's not the next week, it's 2 months later.
Sure.
We're like, wait, what?
What did we do?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Will Friedle has grown a beard and shaved it in the time that we've played. So has Mary. But so I take notes on sort of the story, and then I have a separate thing where I take notes on stuff for me and what's going on.
Yeah.
So obviously you guys don't have to take notes on the story because it's all out there. But what tips do you have for new D&D? Obviously you keep track of
I will.
NPCs or we
You're
did this or
far more experienced at this. Like I decided that I wanted to take notes. I didn't take any notes because I liked Vax being like, oh, I'm winging it.
yeah.
And that's something I wanted to change for this character. So I've been taking notes, but I'm learning is like either slow down when you write or don't bother because
'Cause you
I'm
can't
looking
read
back
it.
going like, Verschnigdeberg,
Yeah, you can't read it.
Bergenville, Schnurdeber.
Yeah, I guess I've gotten better at it over the years where you start going, like, kind of trying to figure out what's important to write down in the moment. What I've done, I honestly think if it was a home game and if I wasn't kind of in the pace of the moment, I would do it differently. What I tried to do last campaign was I had one notebook for fiends and enemies and monsters we encountered. And then, so that way, if we encountered like a displacer beast, I'd be like, oh, hard to hit, this, and I would make notes about it. That way, when we went back later, I totally fell off on keeping that up. I was doing okay, and then like halfway through, it kind of fell off. But also, halfway through, we kind of stopped fighting a lot of like dungeon crawl stuff, and we started like, just fighting a fuck ton of dragons.
Yeah.
So it got a little bit more pointed, and you just kind of remembered. But currently I do it chronologically, but I basically have like symbols, like kind of annotations that I now use. So I'll kind of always start and date. And then if it's like if it's a town, I'll put like a box around it.
Oh,
if it's
yeah.
like a city. And if it's an NPC, then I'll underline it.
Oh, tight.
And then, if it's a important like plot point, I'll put a star by it.
What are all the dick butts for?
That's Laura. She keeps fucking stealing my notebook.
Okay.
No, that's not true. And then also like pictures. Like I remember, you kind of gotta like harken back to what you learned in like high school and college. I remember one of my teachers taught me to keep your notes concise into one page and to try and make them look interesting and engaging. So, like I can't draw, but I'll do like embarrassing doodles that I try and shield from Liam now.
Yeah.
So like if it's like
check your notes.
if it's like if it's like a like for the Knoll Cave, I kind of like drew like some rocks and like a little cave doodle like around it.
Yeah.
Or if it's like a shop, I'll draw like a little chest.
Yeah.
That way when I'm like flipping through super fucking fast looking for shit, I kind of have like symbols to reference.
Yeah.
I'm sure people could probably master it way better. Like if I was trying to keep good notes, I'd probably have different colored pens. I used to have one of those pens with all the different colors on it, and then it broke. But that
They
was
always
actually
break.
working.
Too many
they always
mechanics
break.
in that small of a tube.
Totally.
That's what she said.
Get ready
That's
to
what she
get
said.
50 of those for your birthday.
Yeah, because then you can I was putting like towns in one color and NPCs in another color, and you can kind of color code it. Anyway, I'm rambling about notes now.
That's fine. No, it was a great long answer to the question that I asked 20 minutes ago. Mystery Elf wants to know, of everyone in the studio currently, who would win in gladiatorial combat?
Travis Willingham.
He's not in the studio currently.
Currently, not like lately, but right this second. Right this second.
Like full-on
That
gladiatorial
we
combat?
can see?
Max?
It's a complicated question.
Max is definitely too lazy to fight anyone.
I kind of feel like it'd be one of you two.
I feel like Selena over here, she's got a side to her.
Oh, sure.
That's her secret.
Yes,
She's
Selena
always
would be the
angry.
Do not
unexpected
try to
thrasher.
mug Selena, because I feel like she has a lot of weapons hidden on her person that we don't know about.
Yeah.
So sweet, so kind, extremely professional at her job,
Right.
but that bitch can throw down. I guarantee
Yeah.
it. I guarantee it. Do you guys have any ideas? Throckmorton wants to know as to who Shikaste really is and how he's connected to the town you just saved.
I think Shikasta is the wind.
Yeah.
I don't think he was connected to the town. I think he's a wanderer.
He does his own thing.
I think he's I think he's what we might be in 20 years
I
if we
think
all
he's
live.
a hero in the true sense.
Like a folklore hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. He is above the petty grievances and worries of normal folk, and
Yeah.
he's just
Almost like a Christ-like figure. He's just kind of wandering from town to town.
Yeah.
Saving them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. Okay, we got to wrap up because Max is starting to do the whole twitching thing where he wants to go home and start drinking. But this one comes from Moosidor. What were your immediate thoughts after Not Stab the Manticore baby?
The fuck?
Yeah.
I can't see.
Stark. It was
Yeah.
gruesome. Like, even though it was necessary, doesn't make it any less brutal.
You glad you did it?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Best case
yes.
scenario, take the Manticore, sell it on the black market. But that would have never happened. That never would have fucking happened.
I think in game, what I've told myself is in the months leading up to the beginning of the game that Caleb has seen not do like wild, unpredictable things that have had a high rate of success. So he's learned to just go, yeah, she is a golden snitch. It just kind of works out.
The golden sneaky. Yeah.
unpredictable's good.
Yeah.
Say again?
Unpredictable.
Unpredictable,
Good
yeah.
word. Good
Yeah.
word for not.
Well, our final. Oh, let me get this one in real fast. MFG 001 for you guys. Where do you get your notebooks and journals? Do you order them online?
The critters that send them in.
Critters send a lot of them in too, which is cool. Yeah.
Get a cool one.
One of mine is from Barnes & Noble.
Ooh, I like that
One is
place.
from Danny right over there.
Hey, Danny, you
And
bought
one is-
Liam a journal?
She did. And one is from
Danny's
my
so
sister, Laura Bailey.
I think the best journal you can get is the Critical Role journal that you can get in the Geek and
That's
Sundry
true.
store, 10% off if you're a member of Alpha. Watch Alpha. Those who are already watching Alpha.
They're already watching it. That's a redundant commercial. Tired and Mean wants to know our final question for After Dark. Now that Brian is going to be killed by the Church of Scientology, who do you think should be the host that replaces him? A lot of people don't know this, but I had to audition for this gig.
That's true.
Marisha was there.
And Travis.
Was
Yeah.
there. And we went into a tiny room, a scary room that looked like a child's classroom.
Did you get an e-meter reading?
They said, no, that was earlier.
Okay.
And then they had me ask you guys a bunch of questions, probably 20, 25 minutes. And then
Yeah, it was a decent amount of time. That was when Ed Doty was still here.
yeah, we exchanged some jokes and blah, blah, blah. And then I had a scream test. I was like, if you're wondering if I'm going to look good on camera, I can tell you the answer is no. Because, back then I didn't have this beard to hide all
Well, I mean, we know you look pretty. We just weren't sure if you sounded pretty too.
Yeah. Little do they know. So who should the next host be after I get killed by the Church of Scientology? Well, we already established that Joe Manganiello would do it.
Right, yeah.
Right.
Matt Key is now too busy and too famous to host this show.
Is anyone in the Sea Org available?
Oh, yeah.
Well, we could find out. Well, let's see who's
What's
made
Miss
it
Cabbage
out.
doing right now?
Probably
Miss Cabbage.
probably beating someone.
Oh, God.
Allegedly.
Maybe himself.
Probably, hopefully himself.
Danny would be a great.
Oh, Danny would be too good.
Yeah.
Danny would be so good at hosting this that people would stop watching Critical Role and just watch Talks Machina. When Max learns how to read, he would be a great substitute to fill in every once in a while.
Oh, yeah, sure. Soon.
I would like to see, it would be really fun to have someone come in and host the show that has never heard of it and doesn't know anything. Oh, yeah, so Max, someone that doesn't know the show, doesn't know anything about Critical Role, and you hand them the cards and go, ask these people these questions.
That would be kind of funny.
Let's get Bob Balaban.
Bob
He's
Balaban
in
would be
everything.
great.
He's always good.
You would have to be
great.
here.
I want to get
but it would
Jack
be-
Black to come in and
Funny.
sit down and hand him the cards and go, ask these people these questions, but they're not allowed to give you any
Yeah.
context. You
Get
just have to go
Eric Andre.
Eric Andre? Oh my God, Legendary would never approve that.
No, he's got to be He's got to have like such a high insurance policy
Yeah,
that he comes with.
yeah.
Late great Abe Vigoda.
Abe Vigoda. There's one for the millennials.
Yeah.
My vote would probably be, well, it's hard to choose now because everyone's a goddamn sexual predator. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who knows what's going to come
Even
out?
sexual predators are being revealed to be sexual predators.
Exactly.
Right now.
Who knows what's going to come out about Gilbert Gottfried in the next 2 months? Max is going, please, for God's sake, end it. Legal is making their way down. We've got
Our apologies to
Like he's
Gilbert
trying not to be
Gottfried.
associated.
our apologies to Gilbert Gottfried. Well, guys, thank you for joining us for yet another just meaty after dark.
Thick D&D secrets.
Should
there
we
at the
go
end.
surprise those people having the party for the Hamilton release?
Sure.
All right, let's do it. All right.
I'm down.
We love you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for submitting questions. Our love to Courtney and Danny for curating the questions. Thank you to our crew. We love you guys. Lashif, Chris, Max, Selena, Elron. We love you guys. Oh, no.
Don't make up another person.
Elron is our assistant. He's the guy that manages the auto mix on our soundboard.
He's trying to get that own planet.
Oh, man. Trying to get his planet.
He'll get it one day.
Dropping the bodies into the volcano and the aliens. All right, we love you guys. Thank you seriously for watching and for being so funny. You guys' questions are so funny and your tweets, and we love you. And thank you for sticking around for this shit show.
Pull the plug, Brian.
See you on Thursday, guys. Love you. Bye.